Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Thursday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And you said the changes were coming.
Yes, changes are here. Now, not quite the intense cool down like going from 80s or 90s to 40s and 30s, but it will be noticeable throughout the day as a cold front moves through. In fact, this morning, as we take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, a different story compared to the past several days. We've got rain showers to start out your day, and these rain showers are between light and moderate intensity. There is some heavier rain showers taking place north of Boonville, up in Lewis County, north of Turin, but for the most part, the rest of central New York, just some light drizzle and scattered showers. But as we head throughout the day today, there could be some storms and potentially a stronger storm or two as we head throughout the afternoon. More info on that in just a few minutes. But again, today, already starting out in the upper 60s with clouds and rain showers. And throughout the day today, we're tracking highs only reaching the upper 70s. And then following that cold front moving through, we are turning to a bit of a cooler and more unsettled weather pattern lingering into the weekend. We'll talk about that and that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Severe weather did turn deadly in Livonia, Michigan. A 2-year-old boy died and his mother was hospitalized and is in critical condition after a tree crashed right through the roof of their home. The storm uprooted multiple trees in the area, including this massive one that uprooted and fell through the bedroom onto a bed where the mother and her baby were lying, pinning them underneath. Authorities say crews worked tirelessly for over an hour, removing parts of the tree and lifting the tree with high-pressured airbags to extricate the victims. There was a 2-week-old in a crib in a separate room along with a grandmother. Both were not injured. The Utica Police Department is rolling.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning, welcome back. The time now is 5:11. We're getting you set as you head out the door on our Munson Commute Cast. And to start, as we mentioned yesterday, that we'd be waking up to some rain showers for your morning commute. And so far, the rain is still falling over lots of the region. Taking a live look at downtown Utica right now. However, it's not falling too bad. There shouldn't be any major impacts expected to travel heading out the door this morning. And in fact, you can see all across central New York, we've got no accidents to report. Things are running smoothly all across the Mohawk Valley region, with the exception, of course, for the detour along Route 20, which will still take roughly 4 weeks depending on the weather. And so your drive times across central New York looking pretty okay. First stop, that's I-90 and the arterial. Secondly, we're looking at Route 49 and Route 5S. And then finally, here's a look at those drive times as you head out from Route 28 from Cooperstown to I-90 or north of Utica along Route 12. And so for today, some rain showers, temperatures pretty mild in the upper 60s, low 70s by this afternoon. We'll be seeing some storms ending and potentially some sunshine peeking out right before sunset. We're going to talk a bit more about that forecast in detail straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. 80 years ago today, the court.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. We are starting out the day today with some rain showers and temperatures pretty mild already in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Taking a live look outside at downtown Utica right now. Roads a little damp in some spots, but at downtown Utica, not too bad. And throughout the daytime today, we'll see a lull in the rain showers before potentially some thunderstorms begin to move in as we approach the afternoon. And with these thunderstorms, there is a risk for 1 or 2 of them being on the stronger side. We are currently at a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe storms. So this is more so just above the typical garden variety type of storms, with the main concern being gusty winds. Now, taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Of course, we're seeing the remnants of some rain showers early this morning. And again, we'll start to dry out a little bit, potentially some peaks of sunshine before those showers and storms begin to arrive by this afternoon. And timing it out on our Today Planner, you can see here, highs climbing into the upper 70s. Rain chances, though, peaking around 3 to 4 p.m. That's our expected time of when the line of showers and storms begin to arrive. And beyond that, we will potentially see some sunshine as we head into the late evening, closer to sunset. A heads up, though, if you're participating in the Ride for Missing Children tomorrow, the good news is it starts out dry with temperatures in the 60s. However, scattered showers will likely be dodging them for the majority of the daytime, with highs noticeably cooler, barely reaching 70 degrees tomorrow as this cool down moves into full force as we approach the weekend. And so why are we seeing a cool down? Well, we got this warm front arriving this morning, and we'll see this brief window of warmer temperatures, then an initial weak cold front, and then a stronger cold front beyond out to the west. And this will bring with it the chance for cooler temperatures heading into the weekend. And so for today, you can see here highs upper 70s, and then here comes the line of rain showers pushing through, and then by around 5 to 6 p.m. we could see some sunshine peeking out, maybe a little bit later depending on the exact timing of the arrival of those showers and storms. But regardless, remain mostly dry and clear by tonight and early tomorrow, and then throughout the day we'll start to see a few more spotty showers develop across the region. And so for today, high is 77, morning showers, afternoon thunderstorms by tonight, a low of 56 with mostly clear skies. 7-day forecast, it's breezy and cool heading into the weekend, looking pretty unsettled. Not a washout the entire day, but again, rain showers here and there. Then we do dry out, and hopefully we get a window of dry weather moving in by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Gary?
Definitely be careful on those roads tomorrow for those riders.
Yes.
Yeah. Eric, thanks. German researchers have found that
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And refreshing. Yeah, a little bit of rain we're seeing.
Yeah, it's been such high heat, high humidity, and not too much in terms of rain showers. Finally, it's cutting down a little bit on that humidity, but we're not going to see a huge change until later on this evening, and then it'll be much more noticeable. Let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar and see how things are shaping up rain-wise. And as you can see, the most notable of the rain showers are pushing farther to the north and to the east. In fact, putting a time lapse on this for the past hour, you can see the shift of those rain showers. And following this, we'll see a little bit of a lull in the rain. It's not going to be downpours and widespread rain across the region for the most part early today. In fact, it's going to be pretty mild. Temperatures already climbing near 70 degrees. Highs today reaching the mid to upper 70s. And then by the afternoon, we could see some thunderstorms begin to develop, and some of these storms could be on the stronger side. We'll talk about the potential for that, plus when we could see a brief window of dry weather in this stretch of unsettled conditions lingering into the weekend. We'll talk about that, of course, in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. New this morning, a Democrat.
Welcome back to News Channel 2 at sunrise. We are taking a look at our photo of the day today, and this one was a photo that kind of stuck out to me because you haven't got a whole lot of submissions of snakes taken in Waterville, and I think there are 2 of them in this picture. I see 2 heads, maybe a third. I'm not entirely sure, but again, great photo right there. Snakes, I know some folks are deathly afraid of snakes, and rightfully so. However, thankfully here in central New York, we don't have those terrifying snakes that have the venomous bite, or they're super large. The garter snakes are adorable at a distance, at least for me. I don't mind snakes, but I'll keep my distance with a few of them. But thank you for the submission. If you want to submit a photo like this one, send a link on top of your screen, WKTV.com/weather/pics. Well, this morning, it's starting out pretty mild. Temperatures already approaching near 70. 69 Whitesboro, 65 in Little Falls. And believe it or not, even though this morning we are seeing temperatures in the upper 60s, this might be as warm as it'll get for highs as we approach the weekend. Take a look at these high temperatures heading into Saturday and Sunday, only in the upper 60s. So this will feel like a bit like a reality check for the people who have been experiencing, at least me as well, the 80s and high humidity we've seen over the past few days. So we'll take a look at this forecast, talk about potential storms today and rain chances as we head into tomorrow in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. People in recovery will soon have a...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Thursday, everyone. We are tracking a bit of a change in the weather today. In fact, you probably already noticed it with a few rain showers early this morning. Let's take a live look in downtown Utica right now along the traffic camera network, along the arterial. Traffic starting to pick up early this morning, but overall, it's not too bad of a start. 60s and some spotty showers coming to an end. But just a heads up, as we approach the afternoon, we could see a strong storm or two. In fact, we're a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather. So this is just above the level of garden variety thunderstorms, and the highest risk of these will be potential for some stronger wind gusts. But that's really about it. Maybe some minor flooding in poor drainage areas, hail risk on the low side at this point. And the radar, we can see the widespread rainfall shifting to the north and to the east. And there's a few spotty rain showers in locations to the south and to the west. Now, how about those temperatures today? Now, we're not talking about mid to upper 80s. In fact, about 10 degrees cooler, only into the upper 70s by this afternoon. And as we approach the, I would say mid-afternoon as well, here's the estimated time of the thunderstorms between roughly 2 to 4 p.m. today. And again, some of these storms could produce some stronger wind gusts. A heads up for those of you who are planning on doing the ride for missing children tomorrow. Well, the good news is it starts out dry, temperatures in the 60s, lower humidity. Throughout the afternoon, we'll be dodging a few rain showers. So the weather, well, not really the best in terms of dry conditions. As a matter of fact, as we approach the end of the work week, we'll continue to see chances for some rain heading into the weekend. And a live look at radar and satellite. We've got two systems impacting us today. We have a warm front approaching us with a trailing cold front, and then a secondary front beyond that, this one will definitely produce a notable change in the weather with decreased humidity and cooler temperatures heading into the weekend. And so for today, after some morning showers, we'll see a lull in the rain until roughly the early afternoon. And then here comes that front out in the west, and some spots could produce at least a strong storm or two. So we'll keep an eye on this as the system continues to develop. And of course, as always, you can download the Storm Tracker weather app with a QR code at the bottom of the screen. It will send you warnings and lightning notifications directly to your phone, even if you are not watching a forecast. So it's definitely very beneficial to use if you are working outside as, in my opinion, the primary use. And then following that, we'll see potentially some clearing skies as we approach the evening and a dry start Friday before a few spotty showers begin to arrive by the afternoon. But for today, though, high is 77, morning showers, afternoon thunderstorms by tonight. A low of 56 with mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast. It's cool and breezy heading into the weekend. Highs only in the upper 60s. Rain showers lingering on Monday, but we do have some good news. We could see a brief window of extended dry weather heading into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Fingers crossed for that, Gary.
For sure, Eric, thanks. A group of Yeti have been for.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And quite a difference this morning, huh? A little bit of rain here and there.
Yeah, we've been blessed with dry starts to the days the past few days, and now here we are with some rain showers. But the good news is it's not going to be a washout the entire day. In fact, let's take a live look outside, right across downtown Utica at this point. And the road's a little damp, but not any ponding. We're not talking about any significant rainfall at this point. In fact, just a few scattered rain showers coming to an end. In fact, the widespread rain showers are pushing more north and east into Hamilton County and parts of Fulton County to the north and to the east. And in fact, sunshine is moving in parts of Hamilton right now with 66-degree temperatures, 68 officially in Rome. It's a 73-degree start to the day in Syracuse, by the way. And for today, we'll start out in the upper 60s, climb to the upper 70s. But by this afternoon, we'll be dodging a few thunderstorms, and some of these could be on the stronger side. We'll talk about the potential for that when the rain comes to an end, and if we could see a window of dry weather in the near term in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. 80 years ago today, the course of history.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. The time now is 6:13, and we're getting you set as you head out the door on this Thursday on your Munson CommuteCast. And to start, we're going to take a live look at a traffic camera across the Utica region. This one is along Court Street, and at this point, there is some damp conditions, but the roads are nowhere near completely covered in water as the rain has since continued to dry up across a lot of the Mohawk Valley. And a live look at traffic flow coming in live. No accidents to report as of 6:14 right now. And just the only reminder that the traffic update for Route 20 is still in place for the next few weeks. The detour is posted right here on the screen. Route 51 to Route 18, eventually Route 28, the official posting for larger vehicles. And a look at those drive times across central New York. You can see the arterial I-90, secondly 5S, Route 49, and then finally Route 28, and of course Route 12. And so for today, we're talking about temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 70s as rain showers taper off this morning and potentially a few thunderstorms arrive by this afternoon. We'll talk about those thunderstorm chances and when we could see a potential stretch of dry weather in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Landmark Society of Greater Utica is working to preserve our local history, including an important building along Rutgers Street, built 3 decades.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. The time now is 6:19 as we get you set for the day today. We're talking about additional rain showers this afternoon, potentially some thunderstorms with that, but this morning, rain showers tapering off. A live look outside from our camera, or the traffic camera along the arterial. Traffic, again, slowly starting to pick up, but not too bad as of this point. But a heads up, as we approach the afternoon, we'll be seeing a line of some showers and storms, and a couple of these could be on the stronger side, a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather. But the main concern will be some stronger wind gusts as well as flooding, minor flooding in poor drainage areas. That's the main concern, not so much for hail or tornadoes. But a live look at the Earthflow Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We are still seeing the remnants of the early morning rain push its way out to the east and to the north. Right outside of Speculator at this point, while most of the Mohawk Valley remaining mainly dry. And temperatures climbing to the upper 70s to, I would say, mid 70s in some higher elevations. And so we're about 10 degrees cooler than we saw yesterday, and will also continue to cool down following today and into tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, for those of you that are planning on going on the ride for missing children, well, the good news is it starts out dry with temperatures in the 60s, but unfortunately the rain looks to continue on for the afternoon with scattered rain showers lingering into 5 and 6 p.m. But the bigger picture, we've got multiple systems arriving in central New York. For starters, we've got a warm front moving north for the next few hours. A trailing cold front will fire up the potential for a storm or two this afternoon. And then another trailing front will arrive, and this one will bring the notable change in temperature and humidity overnight and into Friday. And so for today, again, pretty mild start. 70s around noontime, higher humidity, and following that, we'll see the line of rain showers begin to form, and these could produce a strong storm or two. Following that, we'll see some sunshine potentially. By the late evening, closer to sunset, a decent break in the humidity before we are tracking a relatively dry start tomorrow. That secondary front rolls through, and this one will bring some scattered rain showers during the afternoon on Friday. And so for today, high is 77. Afternoon showers and thunderstorms this morning, though, those rain showers begin to dry up. By tonight, a low of 56 with mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast. As we head into the weekend, it's looking a bit breezy and a bit cool. Temperatures peaking in the upper 60s, a huge difference that we saw the past few days. But don't worry, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. High pressure pattern moves in Tuesday and Wednesday. We could see a few days of dry weather heading into next week. Gary?
Eric, thanks. German researchers have found that drinking out...
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And when I was coming in this morning, some light rain, not too bad.
Yeah, that's the story of today. Light rain coming to an end, a little unsettled for the morning, and then we're tracking some thunderstorms that could arrive by the afternoon. And that'll bring with it the actual change in the weather because it still feels a little bit humid, in fact, out there early this morning. Let's take a live look outside. First off, in Oneonta right now, where there's still some pretty stubborn clouds in the atmosphere at this point, and taking a look at other locations around central New York, primarily overcast skies are currently taking place. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. As Gary mentioned early this morning, there was some light rain, but the rain is starting to shift more north and east. And we'll see a bit of a lull in the rain showers temporarily as you approach the early to mid-morning. In fact, the late morning before a few storms could roll through. Temperatures right now starting out in the 60s, climbing to the mid to upper 70s by this afternoon, and potentially a chance for a thunderstorm or two to be on the stronger side. We'll talk about the storm chances this evening, when we could see a window of dry weather, and what we can expect for Friday and into the weekend in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A Democratic-led bill that would have made...
News Channel 2.
Welcome back this Thursday morning. We are taking a look at our photo of the day submitted to us, of course, on our website, WKTV.com. And this one was submitted from Waterville. And I'm showcasing it because this is the first time we've gotten snakes submitted to us on our website. And I think earlier on I counted 2. I think there are only 2 snakes, but there's so many curls going on. Maybe there's a third one in the background. But these snakes are adorable, and thankfully here in central New York, we don't have to worry too much about poisonous snakes or giant snakes. Usually the garter snakes are harmless, and for me, they're safe to watch from a distance. You want to submit a photo like this one? Send the link on top of your screen, WKTV.com/weather/pics. A live look at temperatures this morning in the upper 60s to mid 60s for much of the region. And although it's going to warm up even more today, these temperatures might be as warm as it gets for some parts this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, highs will only be in the upper 60s. So it's going to feel a lot different this weekend compared to what we've experienced in days past. Of course, we'll talk about that changeover, rain potential, and even some storm potential today in that forecast in the minutes ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. People in recovery will soon have...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. The time now is 6:45, and after some early morning showers, things are gradually drying out before we are taking a look at another round of rain showers and storms later on in the day today. Here's a live look across the cityscape of Utica on the traffic camera along the arterial facing the downtown Utica region. And so far, it's looking pretty dry for most of central New York early this morning, again, as those rain showers departed out to the north and east. But a reminder, though, with A few storms this afternoon. A couple of them could be on the stronger side, and we'll have a 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather, just above the category of the typical garden variety thunderstorms. The main concern being gusty winds and minor flooding in poor drainage areas, primarily based off of isolated downpours. So those are the main risks today, and overall things will quickly at least come to an end rain-wise as we approach the late evening closer to sunset. Our sky watchers checking in: 69 Mike in New Hartford, 68 Bob in Clinton, Todd in Westdale also with 68 degrees. Bill and Sean in the North Country checking in with 64 degrees in Old Forge and Inlet. And to the south, Stewart and Cooperstown 66, Deb and Hartwick 64, Scott Edmiston 66 as well, Mark in Milford 65, same with Gary down in Skenevis. And the widespread rain we saw early this morning, again departing out to the east, out to the south and west, mainly dry weather, but we are in the window of dry weather before another round of rain showers arrives this afternoon. You can actually see the arrival of a cold front right here. Upper 70s by 1 p.m., down to the low 70s by 4 p.m., and sure enough, rain chances, here they are. Rain arriving by the early to mid-afternoon. Something to mention too as well, it's going to feel very humid today. Dew points in the mid to upper 60s, feeling very humid to near tropical across the region. But following, of course, that cold front, the humidity will diminish. If you were heading out to the Ride for Missing Children tomorrow, it starts out dry. Unfortunately, though, rain showers, scattered rain showers develop throughout the afternoon, but temperatures not too bad. Low humidity and highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. Bigger picture, multiple fronts are going to be arriving in our area within the span of the next few days, of course, bringing with it just generally unsettled weather, but not the entire day will be washouts, at least for tomorrow or Friday. In fact, today, at least this morning, a lull in the rain showers across the region. Then here comes that line of some storms. This will push through, will dry out by later on this evening, closer to sunset. And then overnight tonight, mainly dry with mostly clear skies. And then a dry start tomorrow before a few scattered showers develop during the afternoon on Friday. But for today, though, morning showers coming to an end. Afternoon thunderstorms possible, high as 77. Tonight, a low 56 with mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast. The weekend looking cool and breezy with highs only in the upper 60s. But following that, we could see temperatures rebound as well as some dry weather moving in. Fingers crossed, Tuesday and Wednesday, high pressure bringing nice conditions. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Happening today, the world will pause to remember the...
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And after some light rain this morning, it looks like the roads are dry now. Yeah,
drying up pretty much, and only a few spritzy rain showers here and there. Nothing too major as you head out the door this morning. So, matter of fact, let's take a look at the arterial at this point, zooming in. So this is what the traffic looks like if you're heading out to work early today. Of course, the typical traffic pickup around 7 o'clock, but besides that, things are looking pretty dry and quiet across most of the region. But we'll start to see a few spritzy, spotty rain showers this morning under mainly dry conditions and everywhere else. But following this, we could see some thunderstorms roll through this afternoon, which will tap into the very high humidity today. That's the main thing. It's already in the upper 60s, near 70, because the dew point is also nearly as high. And so for today, we're talking about a cloudy start, a few spritzy rain showers. This afternoon, we could see some thunderstorms roll through. One or two of these could be on the stronger side. Following these storms, though, will dry out a little bit by the late evening, closer to sunset. Even if you head into tomorrow morning itself, 4 more rain showers are in the way for the forecast. We'll talk about those rain chances, plus your weekend forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. 80 years ago today, the Codley in Livonia, Michigan, a 2-year-old boy died and his mother was hospitalized and is now in critical condition after a tree crashed right through the roof of their home. The storm uprooted multiple trees in that area, including this massive one that fell through the bedroom of the home onto a bed where the mother and her baby were lying, pinning them underneath. Authorities say crews worked tirelessly for over an hour removing parts of the tree and lifting the tree with high-pressured airbags to extricate the two victims. There was a 2-week-old in a crib in a separate room along with a grandmother. Both were not injured. Here at home, the Utica Police Department is
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. We are now entering a very humid start to the day. Rain showers tapering off a little bit. Potential for a few storms arriving in the afternoon. A live look, though, along the arterial in downtown Utica. The traffic has picked up a little bit within the span of the past, I would say, 15 minutes or so as the rush hour continues to move on. And with the morning remaining mainly dry, a heads up, though, for this afternoon, as there could be some storms rolling through. We'll have a 1 out of 5 risk for severe storms, which is just above the level of the typical non-severe garden variety storms. The main concern with these are going to be gusty winds and some minor flooding in areas that do see some heavier downpours. Our sky watchers, though, checking in early this morning with temperatures in the 60s. 69 with Mike in New Hartford, 68 Bob in Clinton, same with Todd out in Westdale with 68 degrees. Bill and Sean up in the North Country with 64, Jeff in Mohawk with 68 into the south. We got 65-degree temperatures in Schemas and Milford with Gary and Mark, and 66 with Stewart and Cooperstown, and Scott and Evanston, 64, Deb and Hartwick. The radar right now is a little bit unsettled. A few spotty rain showers here and there, but most of the Mohawk Valley is looking pretty dry at this point. But as you approach, again, the late morning, early afternoon, rain chances will continue to increase. In fact, we can see the cold front start to arrive between 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. Temperature drop from 78 to 72. And of course, right around that time is when those rain showers are going to be most notable. But something else to mention too as well, high humidity. Dew points upper 60s, feeling very humid out today. A bit of a break in humidity is expected by this evening following that cold front. Unfortunately, if you're heading to the ride for missing children tomorrow, well, the forecast isn't going to quite pan out. Entirely dry. A dry start in the morning. However, by the afternoon, we're going to be dodging a few stray rain showers. The good news is, though, it's not going to be too terribly hot with highs in the low 70s, but still looking a bit unsettled with low humidity. Bigger picture, we've got two systems arriving in central New York over the next few days, and this will bring with it, of course, unsettled conditions here and there. And so this morning, a few spritzy rain showers, otherwise mainly dry. This afternoon, here comes that line of rain showers, and that line alone could produce some stronger wind gusts and heavier downpours. But by the late evening around sunset, we'll see some sunshine peek out, dry overnight, a dry start tomorrow, and then a few scattered rain showers throughout Friday. But for today, though, high of 77. After some morning showers, we got some afternoon thunderstorms by tonight, a low of 56 with mostly clear skies. 7-day forecast, breezy and cool for the weekend, highs in the 60s, drying out, though, as we head in the middle of next week.
Eric Gage joining us now. And Eric, a bit of rain this morning, but all in all, not too bad of a day so far, right?
Yeah, pretty mild. The humidity is the noticeable thing. I think it's probably the most humid day we've seen, even compared to the past few. In fact, let's take a live look outside right now because we've got a few glimpses of sunshine under mainly overcast skies, a few spritzy rain showers here and there, but I wanted to mention the dew point. This is the best way we measure humidity. And factoring in the upper 60s, it's very humid out with temperatures already in the upper 70s. I wouldn't be shocked if we eclipse the 80-degree mark here today. Definitely feels like 80, again, factoring in that humidity. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet and dry here locally, but our attention right now still sticks out to the west. We've got a line of some showers and potentially some thunderstorms. As of now, my thoughts are this might not produce a great lightning show, but there could be some stronger wind gusts embedded in this front. So, of course, we'll keep monitoring this thing as it passes. And, of course, if you want any additional updates regarding this system, potentially any warnings, you can go ahead and download the Storm Tracker weather app below me with the QR code right there. It'll give you notifications of any lightning potential as well as any severe thunderstorm warnings. But again, next 12 hours, highs upper 70s, near 80 degrees, a few rounds of some thunderstorms in the mid-afternoon, and then we're lucky. We actually could see some sunshine right before sunset. mainly clear skies tonight. And then we're tracking a bit of a cool down the next few days. Details on that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. We are following some breaking news right now.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. After some early morning rain, it's dried out a little bit. In fact, some locations seeing some peaks of sunshine. But one thing that is for certain, though, it's warm and it's very humid out right now. And with that potential, we also have the potential for some storms this afternoon. One or two could be on the stronger side, but so far as we're tracking the radar, not a lot of lightning with this. I think the risk is still lower, but non-zero for some stronger wind gusts. Remember, we got a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe storms, which is just above level of garden variety, typical summertime thunderstorms. That's just a heads up for this afternoon. We can see where the storms are, or at least heavy downpours are, on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, all out in western New York, right around Geneva, along the I-90 corridor, right between Syracuse. And over the next few hours, this will continue to approach, and also some of these downpours will strengthen as there's some instability still in the atmosphere. But again, today, following this, will actually dry out a little bit heading into early tomorrow morning. And so those of you heading to the Ride for Missing Children, it starts out dry and honestly a lot less humidity tomorrow as well. But by the afternoon, scattered showers begin to return with temperatures approaching the upper 60s to near 70s. But again, following today, the humidity comes to an end. We've got comfortable dew points from Friday lingering into most of the weekend, but also comes a cool down. And on the bigger picture, we can see that cold front, large one, all the way up from Canada, all the way going down to the southeast. It stretches through the central New York region. We'll see a low in the rain before a secondary cold front arrives, bringing additional rain showers heading into tomorrow. And so our skycast right now, mainly dry, a few spotty rain showers. That line of showers, downpours, and thunderstorms rolls through this afternoon. We could see some peaks of sunshine and a clear sunset. In fact, mainly clear skies tonight and a dry start tomorrow morning before, again, spotty rain showers tomorrow mixed in with some sunshine and clouds. So a mixed bag of weather is in store for us tomorrow with highs only in the upper 60s to low 70s. And so your 7-day forecast, we've got 60s throughout the weekend. It's breezy, it's cool, but on the horizon, summer likes to return Tuesday and Wednesday with some sunshine, temperatures approaching the upper 70s. So we just got to get through this unsettled stretch of weather. And so far, not every day a complete washout. I think maybe we might see some dry weather later on Saturday.
Yeah, the hope for tomorrow.
I hope we dodge those rain showers. Not widespread, but
yeah,
let's hope.
Those riders need it.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. Well, Boeing's first crewed mission of its Starliner.
Time for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis tracking this stretch of unsettled weather.
Yes, we're looking at a big cool down ahead. We're tracking some rain, some thunder this evening. Let's take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A lot of this is pushing to the east, and it won't last for much longer. In fact, let's go ahead and look at Otsego County. A lot of lightning strikes with this particular batch of precipitation. It's in extreme southeastern Herkimer County, eastern Otsego County. Some very heavy rain here. This is going to be pushing to the east, and it will clear the area relatively soon. The back edge of the rain is starting to work in to the west, and our weather will improve as we head into this evening. Most areas picked up about a ½ an inch to an inch of rain, but a few places picked up more. Springfield, 2½ inches of rain, but then the same county, Lawrence, picking up only a little over 1/10 of an inch of rain. It's very, very localized heavy rain taking place today. Again, just about all of us got something, though. Our current temperature is 69 degrees. It's still pretty humid out there. The cold front itself has not arrived yet, but it will. As we head into tomorrow, we're going to be seeing another round of some showers tomorrow afternoon. Breezy conditions, much cooler weather as we head into the weekend. And then things will start to change next week. Turning partly sunny this evening, temperatures in the upper 60s. And tracking more rain chances ahead. Look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
An elderly woman is in the hospital with...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We continue to track some showers, some downpours moving to our east. The weather slowly improving across central New York. Let's dive right into the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The rain is coming to an end in Utica, but it's coming down really hard still to the east. In fact, a lot of lightning strikes with this as this area continues to move to the east. In fact, we'll do a lightning count here. 87 strikes within the past half hour across extreme southeastern Herkimer County, eastern Otsego County, and western Montgomery County. This is heading to the east, and it should move out of our area. Although, you know, based on the radar, we could see some gusty winds here. Could see wind gusts over 60 miles an hour, and maybe some small hail as this storm continues to move to the east. We'll put a track on this as it moves towards a freight at 5:34, and then again moving out of our coverage area here relatively soon. The back edge of the rain is already near Utica, so things are going to improve after a brief soaker this afternoon. Current temperature 68 degrees. Today's rainfall breaks an 8-day streak of dry weather, at least no measurable rain at Griffiths and Rome since last Wednesday. So we actually needed the rain today and ended up being pretty beneficial. The winds are going to be picking up over the next couple of days. Not too bad here on Friday. Could see peak wind gusts up to about 25 to 30 miles an hour briefly in the afternoon. The winds slow down a bit Friday night and then pick up again on Saturday. The winds over the weekend look to gust to about 30 to 35 miles an hour. So a windy weekend ahead, at least for June standards. It's going to be tough to cut the lawn over the next couple of days with on and off rain showers here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. While no particular day looks to be a complete washout, just don't think we're really going to get a chance to dry out. Our MoCast, by the way, is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. This cold front continues to move to the east. In fact, the front itself will be arriving tonight. We're going to notice the changes tomorrow with some cooler weather on the way. Tonight, partly to mostly clear. Overnight lows drop down into the 50s. On Friday, we start out the day dry, but some showers develop in the afternoon. We could see a rumble of thunder. Much cooler weather. We briefly hit the low 70s, but the evening time looks to be on the cooler side. Friday night, we drop down into the low 50s. More scattered showers expected on Saturday with high temperatures only in the mid to upper 60s. Mostly clear, cooler tonight, low of 56. Scattered showers tomorrow, especially in the afternoon and evening with a high of 71. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Some cool weather here Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You know, we talk about a heat wave. This would be like a cool wave. 3 days in the 60s, but we do climb out of this as we head into next week.
Bill, thank you.
Well, Boeing's Starliner spacecraft.
Our Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Yeah, it's kind of uncomfortable to run today with the humidity. Well, of course, we're also dealing with the rain. Here's an update on rainfall totals with that batch rolling through. Many of us getting a soaker. This is the first rainfall, significant rainfall in over a week, and we actually could use it. It's been a very beneficial rain. Most areas picked up about a half an inch to as much as an inch of rain, but some localized higher amounts in parts of Otsego County, Brookfield, an inch and a half, and over 2 inches of rainfall in Springfield. This rain continues to move to the east. We will get a chance to dry out. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. What's behind it? Some cooler weather. Temperatures are going to drop into the 60s as we head into the weekend. There's going to be a breeze. It is not going to feel like June, but it's only temporary. We will start to warm up as we head into next week. If you're taking the dog out for a walk this evening, the weather actually improves. We're looking at that rain coming to an end. Maybe even some sunshine before the day is done. Temperatures in the upper 60s. Tonight's featured dog, Bella from Gloversville. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We've got to look at weekend forecasts coming up. Back over to you.
Unprecedented heat waves have sent
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. Some beneficial rain moving through central New York today. It's been over a week since we've had any measurable rain. But in some cases, it did come down really heavy, especially in northern Otsego County. The rain is now moving to the east. Still some thunder and lightning out towards St. Johnsville, also out near Little Falls. Again, this is moving out, and drier weather will be moving in. I wanted to mention that if you're driving in Otsego County and you drive along Route 20, this portion just east of the intersection of 20 and 51 is temporarily closed due to some water on the road. Again, that rain came down really heavy in this localized area near Springfield. Again, the weather will be drying out as we head into tonight. Early tomorrow, it's pretty quiet, but it does look like we're going to be dealing with some rain showers. For the ride for missing children tomorrow, it looks to be a cool day with on and off rain showers. Best chance of rain would be in the afternoon time, and the breeze will be picking up from the west as we head throughout the day. The winds will be picking up even more so on Saturday and Sunday. Wind gusts up to about 25 to 35 miles an hour, which is pretty windy for June. It's usually the June, July, and August are the least windiest times of the year. So this is a little unusual, and this has to do with cooler air working in a loft. If you're looking to cut the lawn over the next couple of days after a soaking rain today, you're going to have a hard time doing that. We have on and off rain showers for most of the weekend. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Temperatures this evening cooling down due to that rainfall. Micah, Hartford 68 degrees, Barneveld 65, Norway 67, Jeff and Mohawk with 68, Westford 70 degrees, and Worcester with 73. Again, rain continues to move out. To the west we go. There's the actual cold front, which is going to change the humidity and bring in some cooler temperatures. That's still to the west, so we will see that arrive tomorrow. Tonight it is cooler. Overnight lows drop down into the mid-50s. Tomorrow, looking at a mix of sunshine and clouds in the morning. Scattered showers develop in the afternoon. Some localized downpours are possible. It doesn't look to be as heavy as what we dealt with today. Temperatures hit 70 in the early afternoon and then cool off as we head later into the day. Cooler tomorrow night, overnight lows in the low 50s. Saturday looking mostly cloudy and a few showers, especially in the afternoon. Much cooler with high temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Mostly clear tonight, cooler, a low of 56. You can give the air conditioner a break. Passing showers tomorrow, especially in the afternoon, 71 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Breezy, cool as we head into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with highs only in the 60s. But the weather starts to warm up. Tuesday, partly sunny skies, 73, 78 on Wednesday, and we make a run towards 80 as we look ahead to Thursday. We'll be right back.
The plan, find out exactly what we can expect for the weather that day, and it's going to start out okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to start out okay. I think at some point the riders are going to run into some rain showers here. I think it's going to be in the afternoon, the early afternoon, and it could be a little wet, could be a little challenging at times, but I don't think it's going to be lasting the whole day. So
it's good news.
Definitely we'll have to plan around the weather tomorrow. Temperatures will be in the 60s. It'll actually be a lot more comfortable to ride. It's much more challenging when it's really, really hot, which has happened in a few years with the high humidity. But again, this year it looks to be on the cooler side. Rainfall today, most of us picked up a half an inch to an inch of rain. That was like 95% of the area, but a couple of spots did pick up some locally higher totals. That would include areas like Brookfield and Springfield. Those areas picked up more than 1.5 inches of rain. In fact, Springfield over 2.5 inches of rain with some localized issues there. But again, that didn't last for long. We did get a chance to dry out, and we're sitting at 63 degrees. The humidity is falling. It is becoming more comfortable out there tonight, and it's looking generally dry as we head into tonight, as well as to start tomorrow. Mostly clear skies, overnight lows in the 50s. So you can open up the windows, air out the house. We are tracking some rain showers here heading into the weekend. And look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The boil water is...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are tracking a drop in the humidity as a cold front has now passed to the east. We saw heavy rain from this earlier today. Thankfully, it didn't last long and it didn't cause too many issues in our area. If anything, we actually needed the rain. It's been over a week since we've had any measurable rainfall at Griffiths and Rome. Current temperature 63 degrees. As we head into the weekend, showers on Saturday, showers on Sunday. Not really a great weekend, but we gave Saturday 3 stars and Sunday 2 stars, and really it was a close call here. Very similar conditions there might be a little bit more sunshine Saturday afternoon compared to Sunday. But both days look breezy, windy at times, and much cooler. A lovely sunset today. This picture from Jess in Cleveland, New York. This is overlooking Oneida Lake. Did turn out to be a nice evening despite the wet afternoon. Again, the winds will be picking up as cooler air works in. The windiest days look to be Saturday and Sunday. With the rain showers around, it's going to be tough to cut the lawn. I don't see very many opportunities over the next 3 days. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. To the west we go. We have a cold front that will be moving in. Yes, another one. This is going to bring much cooler weather to our area as we get into the weekend. Tonight, mostly clear skies. A nice start to Friday. We should see some sunshine early in the day, but don't let that deceive you. Some showers are expected to develop in the afternoon. The rest of the day looks breezy and unsettled. We'll have on and off rain showers. Temperatures will drop from the 70s to the 60s late in the afternoon. It looks cool Friday night. Overnight lows drop down into the 50s. Saturday, generally gloomy. Cloudy skies, rain showers in the morning. I think by the afternoon and evening, we could get a few breaks of sunshine, so it does look a little bit better. But when the sun does come out, the winds pick up. So it is going to be an unsettled day, one way or the other. Mostly clear tonight, cooler, 56. Passing showers tomorrow, especially in the afternoon. 71 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It's breezy over the weekend. Temperatures in the upper 60s. Monday on the cool side, 65. The weather does warm up. Temperatures in the upper 70s near 80 on Thursday. 3 days in a row with temperatures in the 60s. You know, we always talk about the heat wave.
Right.
Is this a cool wave? It's
Well,
kind of a
what's the
cool
average
wave.
temperature for this time of year?
75.
Oh, so we are quite a bit cooler than normal.
So, a cool wave ahead.
We
I
have-
don't like the.
No, it doesn't work
Yeah.
at all. I'd rather have the hot heat wave. All right, thanks very much, Bill. Well, tonight is what can we expect for the weather at that hour in the morning, and not too bad to start anyway, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty nice start. Some sunshine in the morning, but I think the riders are going to be encountering some rain showers here. It looks like the best chance will be in the afternoon, and there could be multiple rounds of rain. So unfortunately, not the best weather for this, and just the biggest hazard, wet roads, as we do expect to see a couple of downpours tomorrow. The rain, thankfully, doesn't look to be as heavy as what we dealt with today. Here's a look at some rainfall totals. The vast majority of central New York picked up about a ½ an inch to an inch of rain, but there were a couple of outliers on the high end. We had an 1.5 inches of rain in Brookfield and over 2.5 inches of rain in Springfield. But in the same county, Lawrence only picked up a little over 1/10 of an inch of rain. That's sometimes just the nature of how these things go with highly localized rainfall totals. Partly cloudy skies. We're drying out this evening. A current temperature of 63. It is turning less humid as that cold front continues to move to the east. We are looking at pretty quiet conditions out there tonight. It will remain mostly clear overnight. We'll drop down into the mid-50s. You could open up the windows and cool off the house. We do have some much cooler weather ahead. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The boil water.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Welcome back. We are tracking pretty quiet weather tonight. A couple of sprinkles showing up on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, but they don't last for very long overnight. I think we're looking at generally mainly clear skies, a temperature of 64 degrees. It is cooling off. It's becoming a lot more comfortable. You can open up the windows going to bed tonight. I think it'll be a lot more comfortable, and I don't think you'll need the air conditioner as much as you did last night. The weekend forecast, we rated Saturday 3 stars, Sunday 2 stars, but they're very close. They're very, very similar. Maybe slightly more sunshine Saturday afternoon and evening compared to Sunday, but both days look breezy, cooler with scattered showers. Neither day in particular looks to be a washout, but both days will have some wet weather around. Beautiful shot of the sunset taken earlier this evening by Jess over in Cleveland. This is overlooking Oneida Lake. A gorgeous sunset after a wet day, or at least a wet afternoon. It ended up being a pretty nice evening. The winds pick up tomorrow, a breezy day. Saturday and Sunday, windy at times. Peak winds between about 25 to 30 miles an hour on those days. The winds will become less on Monday. Looking to cut the lawn, opportunities are going to be hard to come by over the next couple of days with on and off rain showers. I don't really think we'll get a chance to dry out. Our MoCast, by the way, is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. We are looking at an upper level low pressure center that's on its way. You can see the clouds and the showers to the west. Those will be arriving as we head into tomorrow. So tonight we're looking at mostly clear skies. Overnight lows drop down into the mid-50s. Tomorrow starts out dry, but showers will be arriving primarily in the afternoon. I think from noontime onward, we'll see showers develop, and it will be a lot cooler later in the day. On and off showers continue into Friday night as well as Saturday. Saturday looks like a generally gloomy start to the day, but we should see a few breaks of sunshine late. Again, scattered showers, especially early in the day, with highs in the mid to upper 60s. Mostly cool tonight. Mostly clear, I should say, and cooler, low of 56. Tomorrow, a passing shower in the afternoon, a high of 71. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather remains on the cooler side Monday, but we start the turnaround on Tuesday, and inevitably we warm up. So those of you that think this is how our summer is going to be, think again.
Thank goodness.
It's the nature of weather. Sometimes you get into these cooler weather patterns. Even in hot summers, you